First of all, I would like to convey my gratitude to Dhyana Pitamaha Brahmashi Subhash Patriji for introducing Anapanasati and vegetarian to me. I would like to convey my gratitude to Master Teacher Ramta for teaching ancient wisdom to me. Thank you so much. Thank you all. So my name is Ajay Bhwala. I am from Hyderabad. So since 3 years, I have been practicing this meditation called Anapanasati. So and since 1 year, I'm studying Ramta, and so I got to know my purpose, as Madam said. So you create your reality. So I want to understand that. So how each one of us, our reality is created from thought to matter. So from consciousness to matter, I want to know the entire flow. So that was a aim 1 year back. So I got to know that. So today I would like to explain the creation or manifestation, we call it, right? So how it is happening from consciousness to matter. So, so I think in Vedas and Upanishad, so this statement called Yadbhavam Tadbhavati and Ashtavakra Gita Yamatiki Sagatihi, or in Bhagavad Gita we call it as a Yadbhavam Tadbhavati. Or so many Upanishads, so many Vedas, since so many years. So they were teaching that you are creating your reality. But I think in past 500 years, maybe 1,000 years, we lost that wisdom saying that. So God is outside of us and God is somewhere else. So someone is controlling our destiny, someone is controlling our actions. So that was we believed. But after maybe Patriji, before some spiritual persons who are incarnated on earth plane or in other countries, so they started teaching that, so that divinity is within us, that nothing but we are the divine persons. So in order to understand the divinity within you, we need some evidence, we need some proof, we need some believability. So what are the knowledge we are sharing today? The each knowledge will enhance your acceptance. What is the purpose of knowledge is the knowledge will increase your acceptance level. You create your reality is 100% true, but there is a subheading, there is subline, or there is note saying that how much you accept, that much only you can create. How much your acceptance level is there, that much only you can see, you can pursue the things, you can analyze the things, that much only you can create your reality. So, in order to increase our acceptance, in order to increase our perception, in order to increase our intellect, we are taking these sessions. That's called Sajjana Sangatya, wisdom sharing. Through knowledge, you take action, it will become experience. From that experience, you will get wisdom. That wisdom will become truth to you. And the truth is not one, it is there in 7 level of consciousness. I think you have listened this topic called we have 7 level of planes, 7 level of consciousness. So I would like to share my screen. In that I will show you one PPT so that you will understand entire spirituality in one slide. So if you can be able to see my screen, so the entire spirituality lies in this slide, nothing but this pyramid, right? So this is a point zero. We call it as a spirit or God, consciousness and energy. So this is a journey of our journey. For any being, not only earth plane, in entire cosmos or in any galaxy, this is a way, the journey. First, we incarnated or we are separated from the Mola Chaitanya. You can call it as a spirit, or you can call it as a God consciousness, or the Ramta knowledge, you can call it as a point zero. Ramta is a master teacher who was ascended 35,000 years back. He came back again, I think 40 years back, from since 1979. He was teaching this subject called spirituality in ELM state in US. So there he started, the school name is called Ramta School of Enlightenment, RSC. From, there he was teaching the subject. So So the point zero, we can call it as a God or consciousness or consciousness and energy could not separate consciousness and energy. Consciousness and energy slash spirit or father, you can name it anything. Almighty, anything. So from where we are all was created. So from that, we are taking soul along with us, our secondary consciousness, this point zero called primary consciousness. See, initially there is vast voidness, right? From void, when void contemplate itself, the point zero is incarnated, or point zero was created. Then nothing but God or consciousness. So there is before void, before that point zero, there was no consciousness, that pure still void state. In that void state, the void has decided saying that I want to know myself. Then the point zero has created that we call it as a consciousness and energy or God or spirit or primary consciousness. That primary consciousness, when contemplated itself, when it moves inward, it has split it into multiple spirits. You can call it as a secondary consciousness. So one primary consciousness has split into so many secondary consciousness. Right? In between the gap between the primary and secondary, we call it as a creation. Because in between the two point of consciousness, the energy is flowing. Then nothing but in between this, there is sound plane of consciousness. Again, it collapsed. Again, it got separated. Right? This is the conscious energy. So again, it moves and it decreased its frequency. It decreased its consciousness. It went to sixth level of consciousness. It experienced that. Similarly, fifth, four, three, two, one. When we came to third plane of consciousness, third level of consciousness, then the Big Bang started. From that, universe is created, galaxies created, and planets, everything has created. The matter was created. So the one, two, three, we call it as a duality. From visible light, infrared, and intelligent, we call it as a duality, where that entire the matter was created. So the God, which was the secondary consciousness, which has separated from primary, nothing but son to the father, has experienced so many level of consciousness. Finally he came to earth plane where the matter exists. So he want to experience the touch and feeling of the matter. So he was came in the form of human body or any physical body to experience that five sensors. So in between the gap, this is nothing but the creation, right? There are seven ways, the seven level of frequencies existed. So initially there is only pure void, nothing but no thing. Nothing but no thing means no energy, no matter, no, not energy, no matter, right? No thing. So only a pure void state is there. From that void contemplated itself, the point zero was created, the God created. From God, we are all created. The spirits, all of us are created. From where we started our journey called seventh plane of consciousness, only infinite known of energy. From we decrease our frequency, again we become gamma rays, again we become x-rays and ultraviolet frequency. Same energy, when it is decreased its frequency, similarly how water has decreased its frequency, nothing but becomes solid or ice. When you increase its frequency, it becomes water. Again, water, when you increase its frequency, it will become vapor. So similarly, when gamma rays decrease its frequency, it becomes X-ray. X-ray decrease its frequency called ultraviolet. Again, visible light, infrared, Hessian. So, in our daily routine also, when we are wake up, there is a gap between your father and you, primary consciousness, secondary consciousness. Again, when you go to sleep, there is a very less gap between your father and you, right? When you are in deep sleep, you are becoming one with father. Similarly, when you are doing meditation, when your no thought state is there, you are one with your father. So, but when you are in working in at the plane, generally when you do for job or when you think for anything materially or physically, so your mind is wavering, right? You are thinking positive, negative. You are thinking good and bad. So your mind is wavering. So in that wavering, you find the duality. But when you stop thinking by doing meditation, so you're aligning with your father in like in a dream state. So when you are in deep state, you are no thought state, right? So similarly in meditation, we call it as no thought state. In generally, we call it as a deep state. In the deep state, there is no gap between the father and you. So you are becoming one. So I want to you to understand is we have two different consciousness. One is secondary consciousness, one is primary consciousness. The primary consciousness always witnessing this secondary consciousness. So the secondary consciousness always thinks, always does action. This is thinker, this is seer, this is thinker and doer, right? It always does the things. Just always witness. This you call it as a higher self, you call it as a God. From God, the lower self was born. From God, the personality was born. The personality is called the lower self or secondary consciousness. The secondary consciousness, when get the knowledge, when you realize that I am not only secondary consciousness, I am part of primary consciousness, or I am part of God, I am the God, or when he realize I am higher self, the game is done. The game is over. So when father was created the secondary consciousness, the primary consciousness created so many secondary consciousness, he gave one task saying that, hey, go and create whatever you create, I become that. That was the freedom the father was given to us. That was a freedom the God given to us. That's why whatever you think, it will manifest either healthiness or unhealthiness, either stubbornness, either lack, either prosperity, either any guiltiness, either happiness, anything, right? So how you think, how you consciousness mold, how you consciousness, by using consciousness, how you think, the consciousness become like that. So initially consciousness is there, our secondary consciousness along with the soul, we are taking that consciousness and we are converting that consciousness into thought, that frozen moment of consciousness called thought. Similarly, how water is in lake or in ocean, how ice is creating out of that layer, out of that vast ocean, some ice is created, right? Similarly, out of that entire consciousness is everywhere. Out of that consciousness, the speck of consciousness become the thought. The thought we are taking, and using the thought, we are adding that emotion or feeling. The thought plus feeling, creating that reality. Here, when we take the thought, the thought becomes the light. The light we are shaping in the form of electromagnetic energy. That electromagnetic energy is called infrared frequency in the, or you can call it the astral body. Or from astral body, that when it is condensed, it becomes subconscious. Or it is in frequency, or you can call it as a physical matter. So from from consciousness, thought was created. From thought, it becomes a light. When light decreases its frequency, it becomes electromagnetic energy. From electromagnetic energy, matter was created. Similarly, how water become, so ice become water, water become vapor, vapor become pure energy form. So when Father has given the will or free will, saying that go and create whatever we think, however we think, he becomes that. When you close your eyes, you are thinking that I want, or I am driving in Rolls Royce, I am driving in BMW car, I am winning medals, or I am constructing pyramid, or I am healthy. Whatever you think, plus when you believe that whatever thinking, it immediately manifest. So initially we are in such a phase, that such a understanding, that we are not able to think beyond our body mind consciousness. We are not able to think beyond this first three levels, right? So this third plane of consciousness, we call it as a DNA. Second level of consciousness, we call it astral body, and first level of consciousness, we call it gross body. When any person dies, the spiritual body mode of this gross body, it will move to second plane of consciousness. The difference between that person and the person who is alive, there is something is missing. The missing part is called spirit, or you can call it as a consciousness energy. So using that consciousness energy, we are taking a thought and holding the thought and creating some image, that nothing but electromagnetic energy. That electromagnetic energy, that image becomes the matter. So the first reality happens within our mind, right? After second reality will happen. First reality will happen within our mind. After that, whatever the feeling you are going through within our mind, that feeling will go move out of your body, and it will attract those events. For example, and if I see it, I am visualizing saying that I am abundant. When I truly feel that I am abundant inside, inner my inner under inner my mind. So when I really feel that I am abundant, so that feeling will go, that feeling will move out of your body. That electromagnetic energy pull back those events to you, because you have a copy of that. That copy, that feeling of I am abundant will bring such events to you. Similarly, when you tune radio or in our car 98.3 FM radio or 99.9 FM radio, how we are getting, similarly when you tune the frequency, you get same frequency radio waves. Similarly, when you have feeling of abundant, when you are feeling of I am healthy, when you are feeling of I am healthy, that frequency of events, frequency of persons, frequency of people will come to your life, because you tune in your mind. You have changed the frequency, right? So you want to understand that even though you have lot of challenges, even though you have a lot of circumstances not supporting you, but when you able to visualize and focus on what you want in your this place called conscious brain or yellow brain, you can change your reality, because our God, our conscious energy, our spirit has given the free will of think whatever you want. But we are not able to move out of our body mind consciousness. That's why our reality is limited. When you when you when you when you break the personality, when you break the patterns within you, you can find the unlimited consciousness. You can find the divinity within you. Similarly, see, when you light on the torch, right? So maybe the brightness not coming is not because of the light is not capable, because maybe the light frame around that light, maybe it is filled with fog, filled with some what you call it has that particular cover, it is there, right? So it's not much clear, right? When you cleanse that, when you clear that, automatically the brightness will appear. Similarly, that joy is there within you, the abundance there within you, but outside of that abundance, outside of the joy, you have called personality. When you revolutionize the personality, when you change the personality, when you cleanse the personality, when you purify the personality, you can able to see that inner joy. You can able to see that abundant. So whenever you manifest, whenever you create anything, you always close to your God, because when you are thinking, you cannot create anything. When you are focusing on that, you are close to your Father. When you are feeling that it is already there, you are one with God. The moment it will create. Your body doesn't know whether you're thinking or really it is happening. Whatever you think in your brain, your body will respond. Brain is the king, body is the kingdom. Your DNA is the author. So your DNA is the publisher, your brain is the author, your body is the book, your DNA is the publisher. Whatever you think, the body will respond. The body doesn't know is it real or it is your thinking. When you able to this, when you able to take the consciousness of future. For example, you don't have a job right now. You're taking the future probability called consciousness and converting that a thought called job. And when you are able to see that I'm already have the job, that feeling you are sending, immediately your frequency changes to 100 to 120. Earlier 100 frequency is there because you feeling that I don't have a job. When you change the frequency saying that I have it of 120 or 140, so immediately the events, the situations, the persons who match this 140 frequency, you will get it. That's called law of attraction. That's called resonance. It's not new thing. Every day we are doing. Every day we are manifestation of food, breakfast, food, coffee, sorrow, anything we are manifesting. But we don't know how it is happening. This is the time we are learning how it is happening. From consciousness to matter. Consciousness become thought. The thought is nothing but a God nature. That is nothing but the ultimate thing. From thought, you are changing thought to image. In between thought to image, there is called thinking process. That is where your mind lies. When your consciousness projected on mind, it create images. When take the consciousness, when you think through your brain, you creating image over your brain. That image is creating reality within your body. For example, you go to movie, right? Even though the picture was captured 6 months back, when you are able to see the movie and when you are related or when you are connected to that movie, you immediately start feeling joy or start feeling sorrow, start feeling excitement in your body because you are connected. Even though it happened 6 months back, 6 months back it had captured. Your body doesn't know whether it is really happening or the body doesn't know whether it is imagination. When you're able to focus such a way that it is already happening, it is already there. When you're able to feel that, the manifestation will happen. So when you're able to have focus over here and the reality will happen, it takes some time, right? In between that gap of time, so you should have patience. You should have enough patience to wait for that time to come. You should have patience to wait that event, that electromagnetic energy should happen in the form of matter. You should wait for that much time. Maybe it happens today, maybe it happens 6 months after, maybe it happens after 2 months. We never know. We should know what you want and how you want, why you want. So how you want and when will it happen? It is lot of permutations and combinations. That's why Rumi says the patience is all about forcing the day within the night time. Because you have darkness around you, but you are seeing the day by closing your eyes, just focusing focusing our consciousness over here, and you are only foreseeing the day over here, even though you have dark around you. After 8 hours of time, maybe sun will rise. Maybe after 8 hours of time, sun will come. The in between the 8 hours, you should have patience, and you will have confidence in saying that definitely the light will come. So start creating your day masters. So before sunrises, before world wake up, create your day. Thank you so much. I'll share one video of Cristiano Ronaldo so that you will understand why exactly he is so successful.
Every morning, 5:30 a.m., I wake up same way for 15 years. First thing I check my kids sleeping, make sure they're safe. Then I go to kitchen, make protein, shake myself. No chef, no help. I do everything alone. While drinking shake, I read news about my business, my hotels, my investments. Then 30 minutes meditation in garden. People think I just pray, but I visualize my day, my goals, my matches. I see myself scoring goals, winning trophies, making perfect business deals. By 7 a.m., I already win the morning. I shower with cold water, dress in training clothes, kiss Georgina goodbye. Discipline in morning, create success all day. Champions are made before breakfast, before world wake up, before competition.
So champions are made before breakfast, before world wake up. Just create your day. When you wake up or before go to bed, just close your eyes. Just simply think what you are going to do. Just visualize your here. That image will go out of you. Those image will attracts events and it will create successful life, better life. Thank you so much. For example, this is first 1 3. Yeah, 1 2 3 we are all separated. We have uniqueness, right? This is our DNA. Visible light nothing but DNA, right? This is our DNA. This is in light nature. That light become the pattern. The pattern is an image, astral body. Astral body become a gross body, right? So this 1 2 3 plane of consciousness contain magnetism. Through that magnetism, you are attracting the events. That is called attachment. That is called bondage through earth. When you move out of this bondage, you will go to unconditional. This is duality 1 2 3. When you go to move out of that, you will go to ultraviolet frequency. There is no separation. There is oneness. 4 5 6. This pure oneness. Right? If maybe fourth body also you have own signature, but if you go to fifth body, spirit level, we are all same. In personality, maybe we are different. In spiritual level, spirit level, we are same. In fifth, sixth, seventh, we are all are same.
Beautiful. Yeah, we need one more session from you, Ajay sir.
Definitely.
Very nice.
Yeah, thank
Like, we are learning. Uh,
you.
um, we are learning out of it. But my question is like, um, even though we're meditators, even though we know we create our reality, but they are still not able to do it. Why? Because of that, the surroundings, situations, we
Correct.
in a physical
Correct.
world where we are really interacting with the people day to day who are
Correct.
not
Correct.
meditator, right?
Correct.
So I am like, I feel like, I feel sometimes stuck. I feel sometimes not able to imagination are changing my thought process with this situation when the situation
Correct.
occurred. So how can I change my
Correct.
thought process in that situation?
Right, right. So that's why Patriji, not only meditation, you should have self-study, what you call swadhyaya. You should study the books. That book will empower you. See, book has knowledge, right? When you read that book, you are connected to the frequency of that author. For example, if you read Ramta book, you are connecting to Ramta consciousness, right? That consciousness will change you. That consciousness will give you confidence. That consciousness will empower you. That's why Ramta says knowledge is power. Knowledge will empower you. Knowledge give you options.
Mm. Okay.
You got it? So
Yes.
it give you options. For example, I know how to cook dosa in one way, but when I learn it, how to cook in 10 ways, I can cook in 10 ways. That knowledge will give you options. That option, nothing but your expanding your consciousness. So the difference between meditator, a spiritual person versus non-spiritual person is spiritual person has more free will, more unlimited ways he can think it. But physical person or worldly person, he can think in limited way. He thinks that only with money you can create, but in spiritual person he can create with thought, the power of consciousness.